Almost 1 year back, I wrote an article on my blog. That article was with respect to the feelings and our actions. That means our result starts with our thoughts of our mind. And that there I clearly show an equation which was like your thoughts results into your emotions or feelings, that emotions and feelings results into your actions, and the actions brings the results. So ultimately what goes inside your brain, that is your thoughts, brings you the emotions and feelings, which creates the actions and then results. That is why I always says again and again that every human being who can control their thoughts, their emotions, can achieve the results or their desires, whatever they have in their life. So today in this video, I'm going to share with you the positive and negative emotions. Friends, it is always underestimated the power of emotions, because our body and all human beings are governed by the feelings and emotions. So emotions plays an important role in both directions. Emotions can lead you to the success, and at the same times if you don't have the positive emotions, it can leads into your failures, or it can make your life miserable. And that is why it is very important that we understand what are the emotions, how many types of emotions are there, and how can you control your emotions that lead you to the success or the life you deserve or desire. Now, before we begin and explore all those steps, let us understand what are the emotions. Emotions are basically the feelings that you have inside your head. How does you feel? So to understand emotions better, or every day we should ask at least two questions. How do I feel? And second is, how do I know? How do I know what I am feeling? These are the two questions that we should ask to ourselves daily, on a daily basis, maybe twice or three times a day. Now we come across positive or negative emotions all across the day, because in a seconds we get positive emotions, and immediately in an instant of time we get negative emotions, that we feel angry, we feel joy, we feel sad. And hence there are basically two categories of emotions. We can divide them. So let's discuss first about the positive emotions. So what are the positive emotions? Well, these positive emotions are your joy, happiness, love, pride, empathy, happiness, and of course hopes. The positive hopes and optimistic optimism in the future is also a positive emotions. How many times have you felt that something you are going to get is very beautiful and very good in value? You feel excited, right? That is the positive emotion. Now let's come to the negative emotions, and of course you must have this list at a fingertips, because you should when you know how many types and what are the negative emotions, you can control them, and or at least you can try to take actions to mitigate them, because the things you don't know you cannot manage, right? The things you can measure you can manage, if you want to, if you want to understand in other way. So most important negative emotions are anger, fear, hatred, anger, shame, guilt, and last is sadness. When you are in sadness mode, you this is a negative emotions, because when you keep yourself in sadness state, then you are putting yourself under stress, and that gives you the negative results in life. So now you can understand your positive emotions lift up your mood and your energy. You get excited. You are more creative when you have positive emotions. You are more lively and you feel excited, and people want to live with you, stay with you, want to spend time with you when you are in a positive mood. But at the same time, when you are with negative emotions, your energy is low, your mood is down, and you feel very stressed. Now, under such situations, even your friends, your colleagues, or your relatives don't want to spend time with you because you spoil the environment, and nobody wants to be stay with someone with low energy and negative emotions. That is drawback of negative emotions. We should understand how to control and how to improve our emotions. Now, we have discussed about the type of emotions and what are the emotions. Now, let's understand how does these emotions comes in our life. Well, I think emotions comes in a variety of ways, but most important uh, thing which creates the emotions are our experiences on a daily basis. For example, we do something and we get some achievements, success, and failures. This creates the emotions and decides our mood at that time. The other way is that emotions are created by our upbringing, by our surroundings, maybe our friends and colleagues, the atmosphere where we live. You know, many times we are in good mood, but when you go with someone with a negative mood, your mood gets down. That happens many times. That is why to have a positive emotions, you should try to spend, or you should deliberately seek to have a company of good people with positive mood. That is very important. And at the same time, we see a lot of peoples who don't even talk to other peoples. They don't visit in open surrounding. They don't go to other places, but those people keep on thinking by themselves, and that is where these negative or positive emotions comes from their own thought. Such type of people keep thinking and thinking. That is, overthinking also create the negative emotions, and those negative emotions leads into stress. That is why a lot of time we say and we hear that that particular person is under depression. The depression comes from overthinking, and overthinking means they are thinking negatively, and during these thoughts the negative emotions comes to them. And when negative emotions and feelings comes to them, they get negative vibrations which manifest their actions and their body, because negative emotions create negative vibrations which manifest all the actions we take on our daily basis in life and a day-to-day routine basis. Now, what we can do to improve our emotions, that is from shifting from negative emotions to positive emotions. Friends, I have few ways, and I do practice these things in my own personal life, and I always advocate and I always guide and suggest to other peoples that you should take care of your emotions, because ultimately you are the master of your destiny, right? You can control your life the way you want, and you can even control, guide, and influence your surrounding. So the best way to do these things is that you should take time for yourself. As soon as you wake up early in the morning, you should practice. That is what I call giver practice. That means G for gratitude. The moment you start, immediately you should feel gratitude practice, and you should openly express your feeling that you are grateful for something. You are grateful for a lot of things, because in virtue of lot of materialistic thing, we forget the things we have in our life already. That is why on a daily basis you should feel grateful for almighty or some supreme power, that you are having so much that almost 70% of the people are not having. So whatever you have, because the law of nature says that unless otherwise you are not grateful for the things you have in your possessions, more things cannot come to you, right? And here a lot of people makes mistake with respect to their financial conditions because they don't even know how to manage a small amount of money, and they seek more and more amount. So that amount doesn't come because almighty or god or spiritual superpower supreme power knows that a particular this person cannot even handle a small amount of money. Let's not give him more because he won't be able to handle that. So, in a similar way, every day you express your gratitude for the things you have in your possession at your home. For example, when I wake up, I always say, God, thank you for giving me, thank you for the bed I sleep on, thank you for the road I drive my car on, thank you for the computers, thank you for the books, and thank you for the author and writers who write all those books, because by reading those books, I rise, I boost my mood, and I get more wise and wisdom. I get various skills. And in a similar way, you can express your thankfulness and your gratitude towards the Indian army, your government, your economy, or maybe the grocery man, maybe the sweeper, maybe the cleaner, whatever the things you have in your possession. You should be grateful and kind enough to express that you are grateful and thankful for having those things. That is the first part of giver. The next is I for imaginations, because Napoleon Hill's organization says that if you cannot see the rich in your imaginations, you can never have the money in your bank account. That is why imagination is so powerful. In fact, imagination is more powerful than knowledge. That is why daily basis take some time, calm time, and in a peaceful and very peaceful place, you just imagine your life, the beautiful life you are looking for in future. And the third one is that E for exercise. On a daily basis, you should exercise for 15 to 20 minutes so that your body gets sweat, right? Fourth one is that visualization. Visualizations is seeing the future, like behaving or visualizing yourself, like visualizing yourself and seeing yourself the way you want to become in future. That means you are bringing your future self to the present. When you do and visualize this, your body gets different vibrations and feelings, which ultimately create the vibrations, and those vibrations control your actions. And that is why you take positive actions, because so many people let their present conditions to create their emotions, because and then they get the same type of results. And that is why I say you visualize the future, the person you want to be. And when you visualize this, positive vibrations will come, positive feelings will come, and with positive feelings you get positive vibrations that lead into positive actions. And when you take the positive actions today, definitely tomorrow the results is going to be positive. And that is why we should never let our present condition affect our feelings and vibrations, because your present feelings and vibration goes into subconscious mind, which creates the vibration, and which is the master, and which control all your body and actions, which lead into positive action and results. And the fifth part of my giver practice is the reading. Friends, it is very important. I can't stress enough how important this is. But most of the every successful person has one most important habit, and that is the reading habit. You know, all successful people and really satisfied people have bigger libraries than bigger TVs. And that is what I learned from those people. Today my top priority is to have a library at my home. In fact, I have two most important interests. First is the gym. To establish a good gym, that is, I want to take care of my health, and for that I love the gym very much. But yeah, I want to establish and established a gym at my own home. And today, presently also, I have a small gym at my home. The second thing is the library. Yes, library is the most important, and I just love the idea of having lot of books, thousands of books in my library. And every time whenever I see some important book, I immediately go to Amazon and order that book. That's as simple as that. So, how can you manage the emotions? The first thing is that you notice your emotion. You try to find out what emotions you are getting, because unless otherwise you understand what is the emotions you are feeling, you simply cannot take any actions to control and mitigate them. So the first step is that you recognize and identify those emotions, and then you name them. Those emotions. That is the first step to control your negative emotions. The second step is that you notice how those emotions are affecting your physiology. For example, if you are hungry, you notice yourself how you are vibrating, and are you changing your tone, are you changing the words, your physiology is changing. And that is how you notice that you are somewhat different when you get negative emotions. The third thing is that we should consciously and deliberately understand that time and accept the fact that this emotion will not last for a long. So hold on, control for a time, and soon its power will get diminished, and it will go away for after a few minutes or couple of hours. And to mitigate and to get rid of these emotions, at least you should accept that yes, you have these emotions. Because unless otherwise you accept that you are having a problem or a negative emotions or something positive or negative within yourself, you cannot take the steps to control them. That is why accepting and taking responsibility is most important thing a human being can have. Talk with yourself again and again that yes, I'm having these emotions, I'm having a negative emotions, and consciously give yourself auto go into an auto suggestion mode and say that this negative emotions will pass on, this will go away soon. That is why you have to keep reminding yourself, and slowly those negative emotions and feelings will go away, and your mood and your energy will boost up again. Now, the last thing that you should do is analyze those emotions. If that emotion were negative, there must be some reason. Try to look around your surrounding, the act you are doing, the people you are talking to them, the work you are doing, and whatever the situation, there must be a reason, right? The cause and effect theory says that some effect cannot be there unless otherwise there is cause. So any person in their good sense need to understand that there must be some reason for this emotion, positive or negative. That is why it's very important that you identify the events or tasks or any of the reason for this cause and effect. You will immediately take action to control your emotion. So friends, this was the seventh video in the series of happiness project. So today it's a little bit long video, 7 to 18 minutes video, but I hope you will like this video, and don't forget to share this and subscribe my channel, because as I said earlier also, I'm trying to improve my video making skills. I want to make the information very concisely and very precise information, and to simplify the steps which really brings the direct benefit to you. That is very important, and I'm doing very hard work on this. Whenever I get my time from my official work, I do try to record these videos. Who knows, even if one person listen to these videos and implement these things in their life, develop a positive habit, and that positive habit can change their own life, and not only their own life but life around life of their family members, maybe their relatives, maybe their friends and colleagues. And it ultimately creates the positive atmosphere, and they on some day they will affect our entire economy and the society. That's what I do believe. So with this, thank you, have a nice day, and see you in next video. Thank you.